So far, we have learned two linear equation forms. We've learned standard form and slope-intercept form. We are now learning a third linear equation form called point-slope form. Point-slope form is when an equation is written as y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This x1, y1 in my point-slope form gives me one particular point on that line, the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of that point. The m is the slope, just like in slope-intercept form. Please notice that I am subtracting the x-coordinate and subtracting the y-coordinate. Let's go ahead and practice graphing from point-slope form. To graph from point-slope form, you'll first plot the point that's given from the form, and then you'll use the slope to plot additional points. First example, this is a case where subtraction is actually the nicest. We're subtracting the x-coordinate. That means the x-coordinate is 3. We're subtracting the y-coordinate. That means the y-coordinate is positive 4. So you just have to remember either that you're subtracting x1, subtracting y1, or the x is the opposite of what's inside here, the opposite of negative 3. Y is the opposite of negative 4. So first we plot that point, 3, 4. Next, we just plot additional points using our slope. Our slope is 2. Up 2 over 1. Working backwards, down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. So plotting from point-slope form is very similar to plotting from slope-intercept. Just instead of starting from the y-intercept, you start from the given point. I'm getting out my green pen so I can, oh, that looks great. Straight line and arrows. That is the graph of the line y minus 4 equals 2 times x minus 3. Next example. Addition is harder for point-slope form. Now, some people, including myself, don't really think too deeply about this. I just think, hey, the x-coordinate's the opposite of what's inside here. It's negative 2. The y-coordinate's the opposite. It's negative 3. However, if it really helps you to think that you're subtracting the x and the y-coordinates, you can rewrite this as y minus negative 3 equals negative 1/2 x minus negative 2. So if your point-slope form doesn't show subtraction, you can write it with subtraction. Minus a negative is the same as a plus. And then you can see that negative 2 is the x-coordinate, negative 3 is the y-coordinate. Negative 2, negative 3. Now I'm just going to plot additional points using my slope. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. And then up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Point-slope form is very straightforward to graph once you have correctly identified the point. As you can imagine, there's a lot of silly small errors by saying, for example, x1 is positive 2 or y1 is positive 3. Just be really, really careful identifying the point from point-slope form, and the rest is straightforward. Just like slope-intercept, use the slope to graph additional points. And I guess before I end, oh my gosh, I hope you stopped and didn't watch this. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's my line, there's my arrows. Now I'm done.